Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So it's been a year since I made my what's the best lockbox to open video. And some of you have been asking, what is that now? Should you still be opening those older lockboxes of which I suggested? You can see that video here, over a year ago. And well, things have changed. They changed up their strategy of how they were presenting the boxes, what rewards they drop, and in what system. We now have lockboxes that give guaranteed rewards after you open a certain amount of them. Along with that, they've updated them so they actually drop a decent amount of trade bars. So how does this tie in, and what are then the good lockboxes to open now? Well, I pretty much have them all here. And hands down, the best one I would say, if I was to choose any of them to open, would be at the very first, the Lockbox of Shadowy Flight. Why? Because the mythic account-wide artifact, the Crystal of Soul Flight. Once you obtain this and you equip it on any of your characters, you can go to Claims Valuables, go to the promo, and you claim this box right here. You open it and you obtain that artifact. It gives you a 1500 item level boost, and it's a very good artifact to use as your primary. So this is absolutely one of the best lockboxes to open because of that reward. On top of that, the mount that comes with the lockbox is also really good. The Demon Wings. Mainly, however, for slotting in your stable. You'll put that in here, one of the slots. You'll get 4 insignia slots there, and you can see the insignia bonuses. Tactician's Precision, really good for damage dealers, also some healers. Chanter's Hex, also good for damage dealers. Warlord's Motivation, also good for damage dealers, along with Executioners. It's got some really good bonuses there. Gladiators for movement speed. It is one of the best mounts to have in the stable there. And using it for your equip bonuses of Shadow Sight and Shadowy Rush is all right as well. Not the best, you'll want to be getting better ones, but it'll do for starters. So it is the lockbox I would guarantee say is the best. But if you already have everything from this lockbox, you of course want to open different ones, and that's where there is a quite big selection now. These 5 ones I am adding to my previous list right here, and so we can see my document just here with all of them. I'll have a link in the video description below where you can find this, and you can basically go ahead and click on this, and it should bring you to a link where it leads you to the dev blog where they cover the details on the lockbox, and you can read through it for yourself, and it'll give a little bit of a showcase of the rewards from there. Now, those older boxes, the ones I did suggest back with this video, are still pretty good because the newer ones won't drop any extra trade bars. They'll drop about the same amount, and that's why I suggest opening them. Lockboxes, the main objective on them is not really that top reward because you have to open a lot of them for it. It's those trade bars. You can simply just open 5 of these newer lockboxes and you get 250 trade bars. It's really great. Look, all of them. You can just open 5, get 250 trade bars. The older ones don't have that. Just every time you open a lockbox, you will get between 25 to 1,000 trade bars. So they had that reliability to them, but the newer ones will still get you about the same amount of trade bars overall because that you get guaranteed jackpots, and then you also have bonus trade bars from 100 all the way up to your 500. If you're not familiar with trade bars, well, I guess you haven't been watching my channel for very long, but they will all be stored in your inventory right here. You see Tourmaline trade bars. You can click spend there, and that's where you go to the store. What you will want to purchase from here, especially if you're still upgrading your character or want to upgrade other characters, is companion upgrade tokens here, and also your mount upgrade tokens. That's the best things to spend trade bars on. Outside of that, if you're in endgame content, that's a bit challenging. You'll want Scrolls of Life and you'll want Stones of Health. Now, you will want to save your trade bars for a trade bar discount event. Don't spend them while you don't have the discount. That's just kind of wasting them. You can check a calendar, and upcoming we have the trade bar discount for Christmas at the 21st of December up until the 28th. You get 20% off everything, but you actually get 33% off companion and mount upgrade tokens because they become 2 per token rather than 3. And that's the best deal The best way that you're going to be upgrading your mounts and companions nice and quickly is via trade bars from lockboxes. And so you really want to be opening lockboxes that have good trade bars. And all of the ones listed here, they all give you good amount of trade bars. So don't be afraid to open any of them. They all have their own unique reward, and you might want to consider, if you're just looking for trade bars, to open the box which has a somewhat desirable reward that you may be able to sell if you didn't need the reward. So you might look at the price of the Demon Wings and the Crystal Soul Flight, and if that's low because everybody else is also opening that lockbox, then you might want to switch to something else. Maybe some people need the Lich there for tanks. Check the price. Maybe some people want Dragon Hunter for Dragon Hunts, the dragon damage. Check that one. And just go through them for yourself. I can't really suggest one to open for profit because that changes all the time. Previously, I suggested the Lockbox of Justice with Minsk and the Pegasus. But when everybody opens it, then the prices on those drops drastically, and thus it does not become the best one to open for profit anymore. So you're going to have to just look through yourself, check your markets on your platform, what's good for opening for reselling. Again, it's a very low chance you get these rewards unless you're opening the newer ones and you know after a certain point you're going to be obtaining the reward because it's in the 250 open box right there. I would not, again, open lockboxes just for the rewards. Just go for the trade bars and you'll be happy every time. Don't get disappointed because you're not getting that top tier reward from dropping for you. You will be able to 100% get it after a certain amount, but again, it's trade bars you're after. Really, trade bars. Again, that lockbox of Shadowy Flight, it is very special with an account-wide mythic artifact. The only lockbox previously that had this was the Dragon Cult lockbox with the Dragonbone Blades. Another really good artifact, account-wide, and you actually get a neck and waist piece with it too. But this lockbox really sucks. I just would not open it. It does not have the trade bars like the lockboxes before it and the lockboxes after it. It will drop a measly amount, so you're missing a massive amount of value by opening it. I would just skip it for now, and potentially down the road we can get better access to the Dragonbone Blades. Or you can just buy it off the auction house. It'll be, to be honest, cheaper than spending so many keys to get it without getting compensated with trade bars as you would via the other lockboxes. You may see at the bottom of the list the Astral lockbox, and this doesn't have a link because the rewards in the box always change. Every few months or so they like to shake things up and readjust the rewards in them, add new things, remove the older things. But the cost of it is always 100,000 Astral Diamonds. That's without any discounts. Usually you'll be able to buy the Astral Lockbox on a discount event, and then if you have rank 12 VIP, you get another 25% off and you can buy them for 60,000. You can buy them from other players on the auction house, but the really good thing about the Astral Lockbox is trade bars. You're paying Astral Diamonds for trade bars, rather than having to spend enchanted keys, which you got through Zen, whether that's VIP or buying them. I don't recommend buying them. Just be patient and get your key every day from VIP. But Astral Lockbox is the next best way to get trade bars, just via in-game currency Astral Diamonds. It will tempt you with a bunch of different rewards, but the drop rates on them are abysmally low. Never open an Astral Lockbox just so you can get a certain reward. Open it for trade bars and you will never be disappointed. That Astral Lockbox you will buy during an event from the bazaar. But when it's not there, you can get it again from other players on the auction house. And that's the same with all of these other lockboxes. There will only be one lockbox on the bazaar, which for now is the Miniature Giant Space lockbox. So the older ones you will just have to get from other players, or check your characters and see if you have older ones, because they would just drop from enemies normally during the time that they were relevant. Just don't overpay for these lockboxes either. Never spend over, I wouldn't even spend 1,000 per box. I would spend probably 100 for box at most. But it's up to you. All of these will normally need an enchanted key versus the Astral Lockbox not needing an enchanted key. You just open it as is after buying it. That's why the price difference. So hopefully this is somewhat insightful to you guys. Again, trade bars, trade bars, trade bars. That's why you open lockboxes. don't get disappointed by not getting anything else in the box. But if you are going for pure profit, maybe you do want to select which one to open on the chance you obtain that reward and can resell it. So a massive thank you again to all of these channel members for their added support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.